Hi, let's define osmosis first. So, osmosis is, let's write it down first. So, osmosis is the flow of water, or you can say solvent, from higher concentration to lower concentration of water. Okay, there are two ways we can define it. Either we can define this, the water is moving from higher concentration, that is along the concentration gradient. Okay, so along the concentration gradient, or we can define it as, the second definition is that the flow of water from lower concentration of solute, not water. Okay, so lower concentration of solute to higher concentration, higher concentration of solute. So sometimes it could be, if we don't pay attention to this definition, it is confusing. I like the definition number one. The reason is, osmosis is a transport passive transport mechanism. Okay, that means it doesn't it does not require input of external energy, that is in the form of ATP. Okay, so it does not require. So it is easy to remember the first definition, because anything going from higher to lower usually does not require energy. Usually does not require that extra energy, okay, or ATP. So if we define it, the second definition, flow of water from lower concentration of solute to higher concentration of solute, it could be sometimes very confusing if you don't remember it, the definition clearly, because usually we think lower concentration to higher concentration, that means it's going against the concentration gradient and it requires ATP, and then you can make a mistake. So I prefer the definition number one, flow of water from higher concentration to lower concentration of water. So the water is flowing from higher to lower concentration. So I think it's pretty easy to remember that. So let's see If we have a beaker here and another one, okay, and there is a little tube right there, okay, and it's a membrane. It's a semi-permeable membrane, okay. So I forgot to mention it here. Flow of water from higher concentration to lower concentration along the concentration gradient through a semi permeable, that's very important, okay, membrane. Same here, through semi permeable membrane, okay. So semi permeable, let's define it, okay. That means it is allowing something and it is not allowing something, okay. So it's partially permeable, okay. So in osmosis only H2O is passing through, but other solutes are not are not allowed to pass through because the solutes are not permeable. They're not allowed, okay? So solutes are stopped by the membrane. It's similar to our body cells where our cell, is the structure. If you look at our cell, so let's see if it's a cell and there's a nucleus and there's other organelles inside, okay. So this boundary is the plasma membrane, okay, which is semi-permeable. That's why it is important to understand, like in biology it's very important to understand uh, osmosis. That's like the fundamental thing to understand, and it's we can, because it's applied over and over during the human physiology, or mostly in human physiology, how uh, the transport mechanisms work through the membrane, and which solutes can pass, which cannot, and those which cannot pass, what other mechanisms comes into play, like active transport, primary active transport, secondary active transport, symports, antiports, and all that. So this plasma membrane is semi-permeable, okay. So now let's talk about it, okay. So say if this beaker or the container number 1 has pure water, like okay, that means it has deionized H2O. So it's pure. Okay, it's pure water. And in so this is A and this is B. In B there is water, but it is also mixed with some solutes. Okay, so if the volume here is 1 liter, say it's 1 liter, and even if it's here 1 liter, okay, the concentration over A of water, or water is more concentrated in the beaker A than in beaker B, because in beaker B it's less water and they are more solute, different other solute particles. So the green stuff here is solute. It could be NaCl or sucrose, anything, okay, whatever it is. So the concentration of water is more here, so the flow would be from A to B. So the flow of water from A to B. A is higher concentration of water relative to B. Okay, so here is less concentrated H2O. So that's why the net flow is over there. So in our cell membrane, in the plasma membrane, water can flow in and out. Okay, so let's draw like a little picture of the cell membrane here. I don't have enough room, but I'll still try my best. Okay, so it's bilayered, so we know that this is the lipid layer. So lipid molecules are easy to pass through, are diffused, okay, easily without ATP. Okay, non-polar. Okay, so it's non-polar. But water is polar, but still, so how does it, how does it go through it? So water can pass through. So water is like, going through H2O and it's polar because it's very small. Okay, so the size is very small, so it can slip in through there and enter the cell. Okay, so this structure, the green structure, the plasma membrane, is is right is right here. Okay, so I kind of enlarged it. So that's what basically is osmotic. Osmosis. Okay, and in the next video, I'm going to talk about osmolarity and tonicity. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to